Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, long time no tutorial. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to make this Ankara A-line dress. It is a padded A-line dress, a 6 pieces A-line dress with a shirt, an oversized shirt. Guys, I don't know if you remember this shirt. I made the tutorial is actually on my channel, so I will not be teaching how to sew this shirt because I already have the tutorial on my channel. We are going to focus on how to make the dress. So I used 3 yards of Ankara. I actually bought 3 yards of Ankara, but I did not finish it because this particular dress is not too long. Now the first thing that we are going to do is that we'll cut out the front and then the back, and we are going to be doing a freehand method for this. You're not drafting any paper. I want us to do freehand. It is actually easy. So first of all, I will fold my fabric into 2 for the front. This is my Ankara. Please mark the front and the back. I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. Now I am done folding the fabric. Make sure that you fold enough. You can divide your client's hip by 4 plus extra 10 inches. Yes, then I'll go ahead and take out 6 inches from the top. You know, it is an off shoulder, so I'll take out 6 inches from the top, and from there I'll mark 10 inches for her bust point. Her bust point is 10 inches, her under bust is 13 inches, her half length is 16 inches, and her shoulder to hip is not really necessary. So once you get to your half length, from there you will mark your A line. So I'll just go ahead and mark my lines. I also marked my shoulder to hip, and then I marked the full length. The full length is 33, but I made it 35 for now because I'm still going to trim. So after marking those lines, mark your bust point, under bust, half length, shoulder to hip, full length, and then mark your straight lines. I don't know if you can see these lines very well, but after marking the straight lines, I had to cut out this particular piece so that I will not get confused. Now these are my lines. So at the bust point, I will mark 4 inches. Her nipple to nipple is 7, that is 3.5 plus half inch seam allowance. I am adding my seam allowance to this. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5 plus half an inch, that is 4, and that is why I marked 4. And I'll mark a straight line down. This particular line is my dart line. So after marking this particular dart line, you will start taking your bust cuts and all that. So I want to pad this dress. At the under bust, I will go in by 1.5 on the other side. From that dart line, I went in by 1.5 and I connected it to the bust point. So after doing that, I will take out 1.5 at the upper bust for my upper bust tightening. It has to be tight at the upper bust, over bust. Then I am going to connect to the bust point. So after doing this, the rest of the dress from the under bust, I'll mark a straight line down to the full length of this dress. You can see that I have gotten the bust cut. Then from the under bust, I will mark a straight line down. Then at the center piece, at the under bust, I will come in by half an inch, just half an inch, and then I'll connect my bust points. That from the half an inch at your under bust, you will connect to your bust point and you mark a straight line down. You maintain the half an inch down to the full length. So after marking these lines, I'll go ahead and cut out. At least right now I have gotten my bust cut and my upper bust tightening. Right now I am done cutting out, and before taking the full measurements, I will place the center to overlap the bust cut of the side. You can see how I placed it to cover that bust cut area. Then I'll go ahead and take my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. After that, at the waistline, at the half length, you will take your waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Then after getting that, you connect your waistline to your bust. measurement. You connect your waist measurement to your bust measurement. Then from the waist measurement, you will use your free hand to mark your A-line. I did not really measure my A-line. It is up to you to determine the width or the wideness of your A-line. So from there, I had to mark a free hand. Just make sure that your bust is fitted, your waist is fitted. Your waist should be very fitted. Then from there, I marked a straight line for my A shape. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut out. This will make it easy for the back cutting. After cutting this front, cutting the back will be very easy. So what we are going to do is that we are going to introduce another fabric. You can see our front. Then I will slant the neckline just a little bit so that the armhole will not be tight. I'll just curve down the armhole area a bit. The next thing that we are going to do is that we will introduce a new fabric, and using these front pieces we will cut out the back. So this is the fabric that I have, and I'll go ahead and fold. I want to cut out the center back first of all. Please indicate your front, the right side of the fabric and the wrong side of the fabric. It is very important. So I'll go ahead and fold. After folding, I will place my center piece. I'll place my center piece on this particular piece, the front piece, the front center front. I'll place it on this particular piece, and I'll just go ahead and add 2 inches for zipper allowance at the center back. You know, this particular dress will have a zipper at the back, so I'll go ahead and cut. So at the other side, just maintain your 4 inches line, just maintain your 4 inches line straight up, and then at the center back you will add 2 inches for zipper allowance. Now I am done cutting the center back, and I've opened my zipper. So at the waistline, I will curve it in a bit to avoid bulging at the center back. At the center back, you can go in by 1 inch at the half length. At the half length, you go in by 1 inch and curve. So I am indicating the wrong side of this fabric. After doing this, the next thing that I'm going to do is to fold another fabric, and this one that I have folded, I will place my side front, the side of my front, I will place it on it. Then if you place it on it, you will just make sure that the bust cut will not get involved. You just fold in your bust cut. There is no breast cut at the back, so just fold in your breast cut. You can see what I did there, and just cut straight down. I folded in my breast cut and then I cut straight down. You can see the front piece is bigger at the bust cut, and then I will cut out the side. The side just remains the same. So now we are done cutting the front and the back, and after cutting, I'll just open it up so that you guys can see what I have there. I have my breast cut at the front, but the back has just a straight dart. So using the front, just place the center front on the back and add zipper allowance, then place the side front on the back and just remove the breast cut. So this is our back, and if I introduce the center back, you can see what I have here. This is my center back, and it is looking really nice. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to make sure that they are all equal, and I'll also make the back neckline straight. I want my back neckline to be straight. I don't want it to come up a bit like the front. So now these are my pieces. This is the back piece. You can see what I have there, the center back and the side of the back. Then this is the front. This is the side of the front. You can see my breast cut there. This is the side of the front, and this is the center of the front. So you can see what we have. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to cut out our lining for all of them. Please, if you're making this particular dress and you want it to stand very well, like you want it to have that structured A-line shape, make sure to add your interface to both the fabric and the lining. So right now, I'll go ahead and cut out my pad for the front. Of course, we are going to pad the front. I'll cut out my pad or my wadding. Some people call it pad, some call it wadding. I'm done cutting the center front, and I'll cut out the side. So after cutting this, I'll go ahead and add it to the fabric. Then this is my lining. I've added an interface to my lining, and due to the I'm managing this particular line, I had to cut it one on one. So I'll just go ahead and cut out my lining, and remember to add interface to your lining. After cutting out your lining, also add interface to all the pieces of your fabric. And as you are adding the interface, make sure you indicate the center front, and make sure you to indicate the right side, the front and the back of the fabric, the right side of the fabric and the wrong side. Make sure that you indicate so that you will not make any mistake. Right now I am done cutting my lining. These are my front pieces. You can see the breast cut, and I'll also introduce the center front. After that, I'll go ahead and join. This is my center front and the side of the front. Then these are the pieces for the main fabric. I'm done adding my pad and my interface. I'll also introduce the center of the front. So right now I'll just go ahead and join them. Now I am done joining, and this is what I have. After joining, please make sure you iron. After joining the pieces, make sure you iron all the seam allowance you have. It is really important. So after that, you take your time and trim your neckline. You know, the neckline is a straight neckline, so if you have any excess at the neckline, just go ahead and trim it a bit. Now after doing this, I felt like this gown is long. I had to reduce it by 2 inches. I want it to be really short so that when you wear it on top of the shirt gown, the shirt gown can be showing. After reducing it by 2 inches, I went ahead to curve the side. You will not have to leave it straight. You need to curve the side a bit. So after doing this, I'll also repeat the same thing to the back of the dress. I love this dress. It is really looking like a Barbie's dress. Seriously, I love it. It is looking nice already. So I'm trying to make sure that the curve I have at the side are equal. The curves at the sides are equal. So right now, after doing this, I will use it to trim the back. So these are my back pieces, and I'm trying to make sure that they are equal at the side. It is really important. Make sure that the dress is equal at the side. Just make sure that they are equal at the side. So I'll also go ahead and reduce the length of the back. It is really important. So place the front on the back, and using it to reduce the length of the back. Make sure that you curve the back also. So after doing this, I'll introduce the lining. I'll have to trim the lining also. Make sure that your lining is like at least 1 inch shorter than the front. You can see my back. It is really looking nice. If you have any trimming to do at this point, you can as well do it now. So after that, I will use this main fabric to trim the lining so that the lining and the main fabric will be equal. Then after trimming all my lining, I'll go ahead and turn the top, the down and the sides of this gown. So right now I am done turning. This is my back. I am done turning. It is really looking nice. So for the turning, you can just leave it like some sides open so that you can turn out from there. Then I'll go ahead and close my zipper allowance and I'll fix my zipper. So I am done fixing my zipper, and this is what the back looks like. Now I am also done turning the front part of this dress. I'm done turning the front part of the dress. I'll go ahead and join the two of them. This is my front and the other one is the back. I'll just go ahead and join the two of them and I will shape. Just go ahead and take your body measurements. Just take your body measurements and then you will shape. When it comes to this bust and the waist area, make sure that they are really fitted. It adds a very nice beauty to this. So before I'll start taking my measurements, I'll just go ahead and pin, and then I'll make sure that all the sides are equal. After doing that, I will take my body measurements and I will shape. So right now I am done shaping and I'll just go ahead and turn the fabric to the right side. So guys, if you are ironing, please iron all your sides very well, and you can also notch the side so that the A-line area can relax very well. You can notch the side so that the A-line area will relax very well. So now I am turning out my fabric and you can see what I have. I really love this, and the person that I made this particular dress for has a small body. So this is the shirt that I'll be using. I have a tutorial on how to make this shirt, so we don't really need to repeat it again. I'll just link the video. So guys, registration for our August online classes is ongoing. Registration is ongoing. If you want to register for any of our classes, just drop a comment in the comment section. So this is the final look and our dress is really beautiful. So I hope the dress is nice. If you like it, just drop a nice comment, and I will also paste the list of the courses we have so that if you want to register, you can see the available courses we have and you can chat me on WhatsApp. So thank you guys, thank you for subscribing, and do not forget to click on notification bell so that each time I upload you will get notified. Thank you and see you all in my next video. Bye.